Leo, hi. So this is going to be a reading for August 31st through September 6th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Leo. What are we going to? Oh, man. Okay. The overall energy for the reading, the Fool. Your energy shows up super open, super nice. You are still dealing with some pressing energies, but your energy shows up as, so that's good. In the recent past, the Temperance card, the Six of Wands, the Five of Cups. You've been dealing with a very lengthy up and down type of an experience here, type of a process. Overall down, but there were times in there in which I see you like, yay, few times. But very lengthy and very hard process of something. It's all behind you now, but there's still some lingering energy from it. Because in the current situation, the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, there's still some things that you're doing currently that somehow almost tie you up to that process, even though that process is completed. I think it's completed for you. So whatever it is you're doing, maybe because you're coming out of that energy. And if that held you there for a long period of time, it's going to take a minute to come out of it fully. So maybe you're the one that's bringing a little bit of that energy with you. But overall, your energy is moving forward, hopeful, open, still kind of dragging from whatever that process was. In the immediate future, the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, looking way better here. Definitely more stable, heart open, and you're just doing your thing from this space of just openness and stability that you find within. So it's super nice. So no more lingering energy there. No more you kind of dragging yourself out of that process. Still with some energy kind of hooked on you there. None of that. You're done. Right now, there's still a little bit left, though. So, okay, let's clarify. Let's do the Fool. The Nine of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Knight of Swords. Yeah, this is you. So think of it as this is the process you've been through. The heavy, long process of something, right? And this is the new chapter that's opening up. Well, you're past the line that separates the two, but like your one little piggy is still in that past, like just beyond the line there, and it's gonna making its way to join the other little piggies with everything. Like go, all of you, So you're there. You're already in the next chapter. You're already. You just have that one little fucking piggy that is stubborn and doesn't want to follow all the other brothers and sisters. But yeah, you've passed the line. The that separates the two chapters. So while your energy seems open here and clear and hey, I'm doing it, here I go doing it, there could still be a little bit of maybe overthinking along the way, maybe some stressing here and there. That's not coming from the new chapter, it's coming from the little piggy that forgot to cross, So think of it as lingering energy that you're out of, but because you've been in it for so long, it almost feels like it's part of you now. So while you're in this new chapter, slowly but surely, you're going to remove all of that, but you're going to need to give it a little time for that to happen. Let me do the Temperance card in the recent past. You get the Ten of Pentacles, the Hangman, the Two of Pentacles. Man, it's gotta suck being stuck in that type of an energy. because it was really close to home. Whatever was going on there, it affected your stability, your personal own mental potential stability, if not even your physical stability, like somewhere around your house, your job, your life. And as much as you held it together for as long as you could, there were times, most times, in which you were kind of up in the air. You didn't know what to do. You didn't know what to say. You didn't, you know. And again, it feels like it was very lengthy. That was probably the issue there. For the Six of Wands, in the recent past, you get the King of Swords, the Page of Wands, the King of Pentacles. Oh, so the times in which I see your energy kind of bouncing up there and being like, yay, I'm great here, are the times in which you get to a point of clarity. Like, I know what I want. I know clearly what I want. It wasn't happening necessarily what you wanted, but you had those sparks of clarity here and there. You know, for yourself personally, for everything. Your growth, your evolution, your everything. So during that process, you had those little sparks here and there of, ooh, I have it so clear. You know, and then you lost it. In the favor of this very up in the air type of an energy, because you were caught up in whatever the hell was going on here. For the Five of Cups, you get the Six of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Eight of Cups. I feel like what might have constituted a little bit of a success for you almost is the fact that that's not success though, but you thought it was. Because you're showing up here saying, I didn't let much of that affect me. When you say that, you're saying the pain I'm seeing there accumulated from that experience, you didn't connect to it. You didn't connect to that pain of it. If anything, you shoved it somewhere and you never even thought twice about looking in that direction. That was probably why it was so lengthy and so kind of brutal. Because I don't know exactly what happened there. I'm just feeling the energy attached to it, and there's such a constant simmering energy of low vibration in there that keeps you down there, you know. And then you have those spikes of, oh, I have clarity, oh, I know what I want, and it opens up your energy like crazy, but then it shuts it down back to that level of, let's keep you here, you know. But throughout the process, now you're telling me, hey, I didn't connect much to the pain of it because it was too uncomfortable. So I just kind of, you know, I think that was the best thing I could do. That's why it's still lingering, because you didn't. I feel like down the road, at some point you did start to connect with, because otherwise you couldn't have healed and you couldn't have come out of this. You had to connect to the nasty. You know, but for some reason you're showing up at some point saying it's a good idea to not connect with the pain that's keeping you stuck in this process, which again I feel like at some point down the road you did. Let me do the Nine of Swords for the current situation. You get the Six of Swords, the Tower, the Three of Wands. There's still a little bit of fear that you took with. Fear of fucking up, fear of failure is still present. It's not a lot, but it's there enough for you to think, I shouldn't do that. Maybe I shouldn't say that. You know? So not all the time. Most of the times I see you going ahead and doing it anyway. You know? But there's that fear there. For a little bit, it's going to be right there with you. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to this time connect with that fear. Like, look it straight in the face and say, fuck off. Fear, you know. Or make it your best friend, even better. Like, hey, fear, let's say you and I go ahead and do this. I don't know. Whatever works for you there. For the Ace of Wands, you get the Strength card, the King of Cups, the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you're in a way better place than over there. You lifted yourself up from it. I feel like there has been a lot of healing at some point between then and now. Because as I said, otherwise you wouldn't be in this place. And your energy and your heart especially is super, super, super open. And I feel like you're trying your best to function as much as you can from this space rather than the fear, you know, or the lingering energy of whatever this experience was. Yeah. Nice. Let me do the 5 of Pentacles. What day is today? I don't know. Who cares? For the 5 of Pentacles, in the current situation, you get the World card, the 7 of Swords, the Empress. Yeah, chapter closed for sure. And I feel like from multiple levels, energetically, physically, there's a lot of closures down that experience over there. You're coming out as a brand new you out of this, as I said, with little bits and pieces that fucking little Piggy is not there 100% with you, but hey, it's definitely oinking its way to you. So you're gonna be okay here. It's just that little fragment of something that's left. Think of it as dust from when the dust settled over that chapter over there. But you carried some particles with you. Yeah, you're starting to reemerge more and more into this brand new version of you, which is beautiful and super open from the heart especially. For the Knight of Swords in the immediate future, you get the High Priestess, the 7 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands. A fucking squirrel. I knew I heard something. I'm like, what is... Cosmo is over there. She's the only one that's in this room, but she's sleeping. And I'm like, it's the squirrel. Okay. Okay, what is this? You're doing something. There's action here on your end. So you're either starting something or something you've already been working on. But I see you being super involved in that. I see your intuition being there side by side with you. And I see you investing a lot of time, effort, and energy into something that, you know, it's going to take a little bit for it to come together. But I don't see you being stressed about that. I'm just being aware that, hey, yeah, I'm doing this and it's going to take a while until it concludes into something. So you're very invested here in something. It's almost shown up as you put everything you got in this. And it's looking good, whatever this is. Let me see the Queen of Cups, the Star, the 4 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles. Interesting. Yeah, again, this is the time in which you completely jump into the little Piggy is with you here. It caught up with the brothers and sisters of the other little piggies, but you're completely fully into this new chapter. You're fully open. Energies are fucking amazing. You're still healing whatever that is, but that's not lingering energy. That's kind of normal. So it may show up even in 10 years. Something comes up from that experience that you're like, oh, okay, that's what that was, you know? So kind of like that. There's the awareness of chapter closed. I'm fully emerging into this new chapter. And now things are coming up from that chapter that is closed that still may help me as I go, you know, in my healing journey. So yeah, it's kind of like coming into full circle here. Super nice. Let me do the 9 of Pentacles. And you got all your piggies with you here. None of lost piggies over there. 9 of Pentacles. In the immediate future, you get the Ace of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups. Yeah, and as you're doing your thing, you know, building stuff, investing into things that seem to speak to you, like, okay, this is it, this is what I'm doing, and I love it. Don't be surprised. You're going to attract a lot of nice energy as you move along here. Because I see energy moving towards you, and it's of the nice kind. It speaks to your heart, basically. So there's going to be a lot of that. You're going to be like a freaking magnet here, which is... Usually when this happens, it's kind of normal. Just, you know, I see you going with it. I see you being like, hey, yeah, cool. Yeah, let's chill. Let's have a coffee. Let's have a beer. Whatever. You know. So pretty cool the direction that this is taken. That little piggy worried me a lot. initially. I'm like, what the hell is it doing? From the universe for you as a final advice, the King of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Wands. Yeah, right now the focus is on yourself and your stability and your growth. And you'll get there where you need to go, where your heart wants to take you. You listen to it. And I see you being like, I know I'll get there. I know I'll get there. And I also know and acknowledge that it might take some time. And I understand that. And I'm okay with that. You know, whatever time it needs for this process to unfold. So you don't have an issue with, most people are like, when is it going to happen? You might fall sometimes into those kinds of questions, but that's when you fall too much into your head. When you're connected to your heart, you're definitely falling into the understanding that it's going to happen when it's going to happen, and you're okay with it. You know, the end result of whatever it is you're doing here. So cool. But that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.